You know, I was actually kind of scandalous when I was a wee lad. I had my fair share of trouble with the law. So this all happened when I was in kindergarten. I remember this so vividly, and I still think about it to this day, because I'm like, what the fuck was I doing? It was nothing really that serious, but it was at this football game, this high school football game. I forgot what the high school was called, because I never went to it. I moved away before I got into high school. But this happened in Florida. And so my parents took me to this high school football game there, right? And I had a friend at the time. His name was Kane. I haven't seen him in a long time, but we were like family friends for a while, but it's been a long time since I've seen him. But I remember him pretty well. So I was going with this guy named Kane. We're just having some fun. You know, we're sitting next to each other at this football game. I don't know if I'd been to one before. This might have been my first football game. And it was also kind of the last one my parents took me to for a while for a very specific reason. And I'll get into that in a second. You'll see why. But, so yeah, we were just having a good time. We were talking, you know. We're immature kindergartners. We don't really know what we're doing out there. Like, we're kind of just existing. When you're a kindergartner, you're kind of still not really your own person yet. You're kind of just models of what your parents want you to be. You know, we don't dress ourselves, we don't do shit, really. So we're just kind of there at this game, but then suddenly, people bring silly string to this football game, and oh no, my little kindergarten brain is having a field day with this one, because I see this silly string, they're spraying it around, and I think it's about halftime that they started doing this. That would make sense. I mean, I don't know why they brought silly string to a football game. I don't know the context. I was 5 years old at the time. This was a while ago, keep in mind. So, they have silly string. They're spraying it around. I think it's the coolest thing ever. I'm like, hell yeah, we got silly string up in here. Things are getting quite silly. And so, with this silly string, I see it on the ground. You know when people spray silly string, it's like such a mess to clean up. There are all the little strings everywhere. It's pretty silly, you know how it is. And so, once you spray it, after like 5 minutes, it starts kind of hardening and it gets really cold. And so, I saw these cold and hard pieces on the ground, and I turned to my friend Kane, and I'm like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if we throw this on the field? Now, I wasn't trying to be, like, malicious or be an asshole, like, some obnoxious kid or anything. I was just like, hey, what if we pick up these pieces of silly string and throw them on the field? That'd be kind of funny, right? And so that's what we do. We start picking them up. We throw them. If he thinks this is a great idea as well. For some reason, this is, like, the most genius idea to both of us. I don't know what's going on in our brains, but we're throwing this. We're having a good old time. And then, for some reason, there's a police officer on the football field. He's like on the sidelines watching the game. I don't know if this was the most important high school football game of their career or something. Why was there a police officer there? Why was there silly string? I don't remember the context. But we're throwing it. I see the police officer. And for some stupid reason, instead of being intimidated by this police officer, I go, hey, what if we try to throw it at the police officer? I wanted to see how close we could get. For some reason, again, I wasn't trying to be an asshole. I was genuinely just like, I had that childlike curiosity in me, and I wasn't considering how someone else would feel if they got cold, hard silly string thrown at them. And so, keep in mind, this police officer was far away. Like, he wasn't close to us at all, so I wasn't even thinking that I could possibly hit him. I was just like, hey, wouldn't it be funny if we tried to hit the police officer? And so, oh god, we both start throwing it. I don't know why he thought that would be a good idea as well. Again, I was just the instigator in all of this, but he was my partner in crime. He had my back that whole way through. And so, we're throwing it, we're chucking it, we're not even getting close to him. But then, I pick up one piece of, like, clumped up pink silly string. It's like kind of in a ball. I start balling it up in my fists, and I grab like 3 more pieces of it, and I just make this like tennis ball sized piece of silly string, and I throw it on the field. Oh no. It hits the police officer in the shoulder. Like, somehow my aim was perfect on that one throw. He's like 30 yards away from me. I'm a kindergartner and somehow land that perfect shot. I wasn't even really trying to hit him that much. I was just like, it would be funny if we threw it towards him. Again, I don't know what I was thinking, but I somehow perfectly hit him in the shoulder, and for some reason I thought this was funny. I turned to Kane and I'm like kind of laughing. I'm like, oh my god, I hit him in the shoulder. Like, I wasn't expecting that. And then his smile suddenly stops. and I'm like, oh god, what's happening? And then I look back at the field, and the police officer is walking towards me. His eyes are locked on mine. He knows what happened. I know what happened. I'm like, oh no. Oh no, I didn't mean it, officer, please. And he walks up to me, and he starts scolding me. I think he realized I was a kid, and I wasn't trying to, like, cause trouble and stuff. Because he's like, hey, you can't be throwing silly string around me. Like, you can't be doing that. This is a football game. And, like, I'm terrified. I hate confrontations. I was being a stupid kindergartner. I didn't know what I was doing out there, so I got scared out of my mind. And this guy with that taser is walking up towards me, and he's scolding me now? Like, oh god, I better back off. Jeez, he might fire that thing at me. And so I get freaked out, and then my parents just decide to take me home. My mom's pretty mad at me, because she's like, why the hell would you throw silly string at a police officer? Like, what the hell are you doing? Which is like, fair question, yeah, you're completely in the right for asking me that one. And I don't know what I was doing either, to be frank. So, my dad takes me home. He's not all that mad about it. I think he knew, like, I was just being a stupid fucking kid. And so he takes me home, and the words out of my mouth, I should not have said this. Why did I say this? I turn to him in the car, and I'm like, well, at least I don't have to watch the rest of that football game. Oh god, I remember me saying that. Why did I say that? At least I don't have to watch the rest of the football game. I sounded like the most ungrateful, obnoxious kid ever. Like, holy shit, dude. Oh my god, me saying that still haunts me to this day. Because I'm like, why couldn't I just enjoy the football game? I was having a good time, but I've always kind of been a homebody, you know. I like being at home, I like chilling. So apparently in my kid brain, that was the best thing for me to say right there. I almost said that backward. I almost said I threw police officer at silly string. But I threw silly string at a police officer. I hit the police officer with it. I basically get myself kicked out of the high school football game. And now I decide my best dialogue there is to say, well, at least I don't have to watch the rest of it. And like, holy shit, dude. If I could go back in time and, like, talk to myself in that moment, I would have, like, beat the shit out of myself, I think. Because, like, oh my god. And I'm not a violent person, but I would make an exception for that. Because somebody needed to put me in my place there. And I think the reason this story stands out so much in my brain is because I wasn't, like, a crazy child for the most part. I was such a rule follower. Like, I remember one time, this was with Kane as well. We were on the school bus going to school, and he has a pack of gummy bears in his bag, and he's like, hey, want some gummy bears? And I'm like, no, no, no. The bus driver says we can't eat on the bus. We can't eat that here, buddy. And then he comes up with a secret plan to let us eat these gummy bears on the bus ride. And I felt like like I was in a spy movie. I felt so rebellious. We both leaned into the seat in front of us, and we just eat the gummy bears as quietly as possible. We're face planted into the back of the next seat that's in front of us. So then the bus driver can't see us in the rearview mirror. Keep in mind, we were closer to the back of the bus, so it's not like he would have seen us or really cared if we were eating just a pack of gummy bears. Like, who gives a shit, right? But in my mind, that was like, oh man, I could go to jail for this one. If he catches us eating these gummy bears, oh, I'm gonna be in big trouble. But yeah, I was such a rule follower, so I think that's why this whole high school situation really had such an effect on me. Like, that fucked with me, dude. That was terrifying. And now, I'm trying to think of what else I can remember about that guy, Kane. Because I think I moved away when I was 8, so that's like the last time I saw him, pretty much, when I was 8 years old. But I think there's one other thing on the school bus. I have a lot of school bus stories. There's a lot that happened. But he taught me what the word nipple was. I had no idea what the word nipple was beforehand. But that one fateful day in first grade, the ride back home on the school bus, I can remember the lush trees. It's like a nice warm April day. Oh my god, I was enlightened that day, I'll tell you what. Because I always thought, up until that first grade day, I thought boobs were just boobs. I thought you'd call girl boobs boobs. I thought you called guy boobs boobs. But no, he taught me the word nipple. Because I think I made a joke or something. I don't even remember what it was, but it was about the word boobs. And then he points out to me, he's like, hey, for guys it's called nipples. And I'm like, what? What? How have I never been told this? Like, that was a crazy moment for me. Like, what, you call them nipples? Like, that doesn't sound right. Like, I didn't believe him at first, and he had to convince me. And so, like, I was left in curiosity the rest of, like, my first grade career. Like, is it actually called nipples, or was he messing with me? Like, does he know what he's talking about? But I guess for the first 6 years of my life, I thought they were just man boobs. I mean, I guess they kind of are, but, like, I didn't know. It was crazy to me. And so yeah, thinking about all these scenarios in hindsight makes me realize just how stupid of a kid I was. But I mean, I feel like a lot of people feel that way about themselves. Like, if people like have some introspection and like look back at their past behaviors, I feel like a lot of us would cringe at that. And you know, that's good, right? Because that's a sign of growth. That shows that like we're not staying the same, we're evolving, we're learning, everyone makes mistakes. I mean, not all of us throw silly string at police officers, but hey, you know, we figure it out along the way at one point or another. I doubt I'll be doing that again anytime soon, so hey, at least that means I learned something, so that's pretty cool. So honestly, I'd kind of encourage people to do like stupid shit early on in their life. Obviously, don't do anything too crazy, don't do anything illegal, but like, you know, just have a little fun sometimes and you'll learn some things. Like, maybe throwing silly string at a police officer isn't a great idea, you know? That's just my 2 cents.